Alright folks, we're going to do another little video here. It's very nice out. Look at some of the beautiful old mansions here in Kalamazoo. We'll take a look at the Wood Upjohn mansion that I believe is for sale. I mean, right up here on your immediate left. How do you like that? Henderson Castle Foundation, the Upjohn House Inn. Well, yeah, I think it's for sale. Pretty nice digs. Pretty good little 360 down here this time of day. One of the older mansions that still exists. Everything else there, of course, over the years have been raised. Sans the old Marlborough building, residences and so forth. Right next door, the beautiful Victorian era Queen Anne style Kalamazoo house, bed and breakfast. You should have seen what used to sit next to that, and next to that, the two mansions that were here on this corner, and next door to the Kalamazoo house. Replaced by the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts. This is a great place. You ever come to Kalamazoo, you have to stop and see this place. The Kalamazoo Air Zoo out by the airport, the Institute of Arts down here, and of course the museum downtown. That is for sure. You have a good eye. Dale Chihuly. Beautiful, huh? All right, we go across here where I'm standing in this parking lot. Of course, mansions in the day. On the corner here, a beautiful old church. And I can't remember its name, I'm sorry. It's been gone for a long time, razed to the ground, and this green space in its place. We'll take a look here in just a second. Peeking right through here is the Kalamazoo Ladies Library. Another Victorian era structure that remains. To the north of it right here is the Kalamazoo Civic Auditorium. Shortly going to present Cinderella. Man, warm up those marshals, boys. That'll be a good hair night there. Oh, not that. I thought it was going to be the band. Yep. All right then, just in time for the holidays. It should be a family event. The other one I don't think would have been. You see the First Presbyterian Church, City Hall, and past that, past the American flag flying proudly, you have the Park Club right across the street from the Central Library. On many of the service boxes downtown, you have city snaps. We're taken down here in this location over the years and then hosted. Very cool. Of course, Bronson Park, you can see they're setting up candy cane lanes and getting things all set for the holidays. I'm going to wait until they have that fully underway, and then we'll take a look there. Have a couple of fox squirrels up there on the top of that branch right there, hanging out down here in the park. All right, take a look at the architecture here. First United Methodist Church of Kalamazoo. I'll give you just a little bit of history about this church. This was the first organized congregation, I believe, with a building in the city. Now, the first minister here, done a little research on him too, and I mentioned earlier, I believe I had cleaned his grave about 3 or 4 years ago and didn't even know it, but I'm going to do a little bit more research into that. A little bit of the, I call it Gothic architecture. Very similar to the First Presbyterian down there, peeking its little rose window through those trees. And of course, it being a historical site, it's just marvelous. This is marvelous. How do you like that? We're going to read this. Michigan Registered Historic Site, First United Methodist Church. In 1830, the Reverend James T. Robe, a young Methodist circuit rider, delivered the first sermon in the village of Bronson, later to become Kalamazoo, at the home of the town's founder, Titus Bronson. Okay? Titus had set up his encampment someplace about in the middle of where that church is set right there. Okay? Right over here is the Native American mound. He excavated part of that, and this was just all woods and swamp type land back then. He founded this place. Okay? Native Americans and Titus Bronson. That's all that was here. We shall continue. After his appointment to the Kalamazoo mission in 1832, we're talking about Reverend Robe. Robe preached throughout a circuit that extended from Niles, Michigan to Allegan, Michigan. It's southwest of here and northwest of here. In 1833, the Reverend Richard C. Meek formed a local social of Methodists, and his 8-member congregation became Kalamazoo's first organized church. And this is where it grew. Pretty cool. My cousin and her husband were married in the sanctuary right across the street there. That's the Baptist church. Yep. Little error. This is First Congregational that my cousin and her husband were married. On the other side of this building, we'll take a quick look, is First Baptist. First Congregational, First Baptist. Looks like they're doing some work back here. I think they call that in a Catholic church the nave. I'm not certain. All right. Next to First Baptist is the old City Hall. I'm sorry. County building, courthouse, judges, prosecutors, everything there. Flanked by the Comerica building and Bronson Park. Sorry, I was lost for words there a second. I had some very hair-raising things happen inside that building. Every time I look at it, I have to take a second. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. On back about our day. We'll get into candy cane lanes later. We do have a little bit of color down here still left. Very nice. I can see where they've been wrapping the trees here with lights. We will be coming down here at the steps of City Hall a little bit later this season for the first lighting of the menorah during Hanukkah. I invite you to go along with me on that very touching occasion. We don't miss that. Downtown Kalamazoo, Bronson Park area, thanks for being with me. God bless America. See you in the next one.